edition of the Contractor's Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition. This program supplies you with information that the competition doesn't even know exists. This session brought to you by ContractorsSecretWeapon.com.
Before we get into the conversation with you, I just want to do a shout out to our sponsors who help promote Contractor's Secret Weapon and just some of the things that they have in store for you, our listeners. Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called Radius Bomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb.
Hey, Dave Negri here with Contractor's Secret Weapon. I am so glad you're here today. I am excited, really, about this continuing series we're doing on keep from crippling your business with these 20 marketing mistakes. And honestly, I don't want to rub any mistakes into you because it's not your fault, honestly, of the things that you may or may not be doing because you didn't know better. And we're here to help you take these items, these 20 items. And of course, don't get bogged down with the 20. When you go through these and you get the workbook, which today is number 5, and we're going to do one more day of the series, but I promise you on day 5 that I'm going to have the download for this report, this book that I put together for you on these mistakes and how to overcome them. The key is overcoming them, and don't think about having to do all 20 at the same time. Pick 2 or 3 of the ones that you think that would be the most effective to your business right now. And then once you get those done, pick the next 3 and go through those. And, if you just do 3, you're going to be so far ahead of your competition that it's just you're going to get excited, honestly, about the different and the amounts of profits you're going to make and the things you'll be able to do with your business because you're finely tuning and you're making your business better. So let's go into mistake number 11 and how you're going to overcome that. This has really been one of my pet peeves because you hear me talking all the time about transactional business, and many of us are set up for transactional business. But one of the biggest challenges that I see many of us, and including myself in the very beginning, is not calculating the lifetime profit value of your customer. And there's really no question about it. Our customers are the most valuable assets that we have. And since we've already purchased them from, as leads, and they've already purchased from you previously and have experienced the benefits of doing business with you, and presumably they're pleased with those experiences and they're likely to purchase from you again if given the opportunity. Oh, that's the key, if given the opportunity. So we need to do that. And they're likely to refer you to others who may need or want your services or what you sell. So nearly every business allots more money, time, and effort to the acquisition of new customers than they do to keeping their existing customers. And I love what Dan Kennedy says in years and years ago. You need to build a corral around your customers so nobody gets access to them. And that's done by numerous things that we've talked about in these podcasts. So it's been proven time and time again that it costs you 5 times more to bring on a new customer than it does to retain an existing customer. Think about that. 5 times more. What if you could spend half as much or spend as much, take that budgeting dollars and cut them in for new customers, cut them in half. Get new customers and keep in touch with your old customers on a continuing basis. So determining the lifetime profit value of a customer, it's simple. And it's the most profitable thing that you can do for your business, because what you're doing is you're setting your sights out. You're really laying down the groundwork and you're projecting out. And it really, these numbers, man, they can get really exciting. So I want to take a look at how most business owners take a look at transactions. Let's say that you have a customer that you just, your average ticket sales is $200, and you're thinking about them in the form of, well, I'm just doing business with them today. It's a $200 profit. It costs me X amount of dollars to acquire them, whether it be through a referral or whether it was a marketing piece. It costs money to buy customers, however you want to put it, in whatever frame you want to put it. So we have a tendency to look at that customer as a $200 transaction. Let's say for the fun of it, it's $175 profit that we walked into that transaction today. I want you to take one step further and look at it this way. Now this chart is going to be in the workbook. So look at it this way. You got an average sale, and we're going to say it's $200. The number of sales per year for that particular customer, let's say it's 3 times a year. So that's $600 a year that you're going to get from this customer. Now, how many years are you going to keep that customer? Let's say 10, just for make it nice and easy to figure. So now that customer is worth what? $6,000. So with this going into the mindset, your mindset of walking in that door of that $200, it's no longer a $200 transaction, but it's a $6,000 transaction. But let's take it another step further, just a little bit further, and this can really get exciting. Let's say that you get one customer that is referred to you each year by this customer, and let's say that only 50% do business with you. So now you have 3 customers that are doing $6,000 a year, or not a year, but over the course of a 10-year time. So now you've got your $6,000 from your original customer and then $18,000 from your referrals. So that's $24,000. And that's only on the first tier of referrals. It can grow exponentially, but I'm just trying to keep this simple. So if you get 3 customers from that person and you keep them for the 10 years, plus that customer, you have $24,000 worth of business. So it's no longer a $200 transaction, but it is a $24,000 transaction. Now that gets exciting. And it gets past the whole hum of everyday business, because now you're looking towards the future of all your business. See, it's no longer that transactional mode of the one day, $1 profit, but it's the future profits for the future. So listen, I've had customers for 25 years. I've had, and I've even taken some of them, and one day I was running through and I had a lifetime value off of one customer was over $55,000 in business. Man, that's just plain exciting. So you can get past the transactional thought. You just have to think way ahead and plan way ahead. So here we go. Number 12, failure to calculate the costs of losing a customer. And I don't want to take too much time on this. It is very important. And it's more important if you have been losing a lot of customers. So I really want you to think about this. But the numbers are just staggering. So, we calculate the lifetime profit value of a customer. So let's take a look at what it could cost you if you lost a customer instead of gained one. So let's suppose for a minute that one of your employees got a customer upset with you and they stopped doing business with you. No big deal, right? I mean, there's just one customer, and it's not too difficult to get another one to replace them. So how much would you lose if they never returned? So let's take a look at our previous example. We talked about that one customer over 10 years is worth $6,000. But we're gonna negative effects ripple more than positive talk and effects, especially today with the internet. So let's say you have an unhappy customer, then they were to tell 12 people about that bad experience, because they always tell more people about bad experiences than they do good experiences. And let's say those 12 were to tell 6 others, the total number of people that are affected by one bad experience, just one, would be like 85 people. Can you imagine that? Somebody posting something, hey, this company ABC something sucks, and they really did a bad job, and all that other stuff. Now, if only 25% of those people chose not to do business with you, that comes to 21 people. So 21 people times $6,000 is what? $120,000 worth of business, just from one bad experience. Now, I don't want you to get too uptight about this. This is just one thought on, getting rid of or losing a customer. So you say, what do I do about that? How do I not lose a customer? Well, you need to have really good trained employees. You need to be able to be diplomatic about things, but there's tons of stuff you can do, and the best way to do that is to give your customers all the love, the care, the attention, the service you can. You kill them with service. You go overboard. You make it nearly impossible for them to even consider doing business with anyone else, regardless of the price, the location, the convenience, and any other reason. Become not only the preferred person to do business with, but the only one that your customers will consider doing business with. So overperform, wow them, kill them with kindness, because you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars of future profits. We're not talking about today's profits. We're talking about future profits. And if you don't have to work hard, because you've already got them, the hardest you have to work is to keep them happy and excited and let them know that you love them and care about them. So here we go. Number 13, not selling to your existing customers. Oh, didn't we just talk about cross-selling and upselling and all that stuff? Yeah, we did, but this is another item, another sideline here. It said the best prospects are the people that we've already purchased from us before. So they've already experienced the products and the services that we've offered, as well as all the great stuff that we have for them. So they know us, they like us, they trust us. At least they did when they first bought from you. And they gave you money. Hopefully things haven't changed. And ideally your relationship with them has improved. And how will it improve? By you continually keep in touch with them on a regular basis. So if nothing else makes good financial sense, to attempt to sell your customers before looking outside for new prospects. Well, what do you mean by that? Have you ever come up with a new service? Or here's one that I think a lot of times we overlook and we don't think about. A lot of times our customers call us for a particular item. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Before I would do a lot of drywall repair, and I would get pigeonholed into, well, Dave only does drywall repair. So I would have to continually educate them on the other things we did. And I would do it in different ways other than just direct selling to them. I would tell them, hey, did you know that we did this or we did that? And of course, you all know that I had a monthly newsletter that goes out every month. And each month, I would put in the project of the month. And it would be something else we did, so that they would know that we did more than what we've been pigeonholed for. So, I mean, that's just one way to sell them on a regular basis, other things that you do. So I just mentioned the newsletter, and I'm going to say that's the best way to sell them without selling them. If you have a referral rewards program, for your customers for referring one another, you can publish those results in a newsletter. This reminds your customers about your program and entice them to participate in it. And one thing that I would do is I would always thank, I had a column, thank the people that referred me. People, man, I'm telling you, it's exciting when they say, hey, I saw my name in print. But honestly, people are not going to care about you unless they know that you care about them. So always think of ways to sell your existing customers more of your services and products. And honestly, and anytime you're thinking about adding on something, run it by your customers first. Because, like I said, they know you, they like you, they trust you, and if they're looking for that service, then they're going to purchase it from you because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So, number 14, changing your marketing even though it's working. Wow, that's a big one. A lot of us get bored with our marketing, and even though it's working, we want to pizzazz it up a little, and we're really not paying attention to it. So that's one of the most common mistakes that we as business owners make with our marketing, is to try something out, find out it works, then stop doing it, and then try something else. So really a better approach would be to find something that works, tweak it, a certain part of it, try it again, tweak it again, keep on doing it. Remember that we discussed with regard to testing previously. As long as something continues to work, man, don't give up. Just keep trying to improve it so it will work better. Guaranteed it will not work forever. That's why we always talk about testing and measuring. But there's several reasons why people change, or most of us business owners change their marketing even though it's working for us. Number one, we don't test our ads promotions, and we don't monitor the results. So we don't know what's working, we don't know what's not working, and how well it's working, and how well it's doing, or even if it is working. I know I just said a lot. We're not really sure whether it works or not. So because we don't test it, that's really the main thing. We get tired of doing the same old thing every time and change our ads just for the sake of change. Now listen, I have to tell you this. Sometimes boring is better, and that's boring on my side. Remember that when you're attracting a customer, that customer is a new person with new eyes on that one marketing piece that is working. The only one that gets bored with it is you. But if it's working, don't stop doing it. Continue to do it. So they hear about something someone else is doing and they want to see if it'll work for them. Usually, very little thought goes into that decision. It looks pretty, so I'm going to do it. Don't do it. Don't be tempted to do that. The only reason you would ever want to change any ad, campaign, or promotion is to see if you can make it perform better. Any other reason shouldn't even be considered. That's it. Okay, number 15. This is a big one. Taking advice from the wrong sources. You know, it seems like everyone is an expert nowadays. Advice is so freely given and offered, even if you have no intention of seeking it or asking for it. We have friends, we have family, we have coworkers, we have associates, we have other people in the trades and neighbors. Nearly every person you come in contact has something to say or some advice to offer, and for the most part, it's well-intentioned. Except for, listen, I'm going to be real honest with you on this one. If you go to some of the Facebook groups and stuff like that and you ask questions, there's a lot of people on there that will automatically give you bad information on purpose. So, you know, be careful on where you go to get your information from. Hey, when you seek information, check it out. See if it's a credible source. Other information comes from I can't even say that right. Self-proclaimed gurus and experts. Some who have never even been in business. That's the amazing thing. It'll pay you big dividends to carefully consider the source of any and all information that you receive. Check it out on your own. Just don't blindly do it. Too often, testimonials are used to relate the work done in a field or a project that beats absolutely no resemblance to what you're involved in. While principles are constant and specifics can and will always change. Here's what I mean. A principle is timeless. It never changes. For example, in advertising, a principle would be that you get more readership from an ad using a headline. A specific, on the other hand, is the application of a principle to a unique situation. So in our advertising example that we've used, the headline is used may vary from one type of business to another, and subheadlines. Like an auto body shop repair, for instance, may run headline that relates to their business. A printing company will while still using a headline, will want to tailor the headline to a needs of the printing customer and prospects. So the point is this: make sure the advice you get, whether it's volunteered or sought out, comes from a credible and reliable source, and make sure that someone has specific knowledge of the business, or at least they can relate to the specifics of your business. Tested and timeless principles that apply to all businesses. So just be careful of who you listen to, and the people that give you free advice is probably the most costly advice that you will ever get. So, next one. We're going to wait for till tomorrow. Marking mistake number 16. But I just want to let you know that I have downloaded. It will be on the page, the show notes page. I promise you the workbook and the for this whole series on day 5. But I've got 5 more quick ones to go through, and that will be tomorrow. And it'll be the last part of this series. However, like I promised you, I'm going to have the workbook on there so that you can get it. So go to the show notes page and get your workbook. Again, I want to thank you for joining us and investing your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you did, go to iTunes and give us a shout out. You can also go to our website, www.contractorsecretweapon.com, and check out today's episode and leave us a comment in the bottom of the page. And if you haven't gotten your 15 secret weapon strategies to getting higher-end customers, get it while you're at the website. Also, I want to thank again our sponsors for keeping this podcast alive, for your profit-making pleasure. And so go be profitable this week. Work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your time and your knowledge so that you can be more profitable. Again, see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast with Dave Negri. We would love to hear your comments about this episode, so visit us online at www.contractorsecretweapon.com and let us hear your thoughts. If you are listening via iTunes, please leave us a positive review. The more positive reviews we receive, the more other contractors will benefit from this show. Thank you, and see you next time here on the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast.